What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another reaction video and F1 Fridays. That's right, haven't reacted to Formula 1 in a while, but today we are checking out how much does it really cost to go to F1 races. This is by WTF1, reacted to a bunch of his videos. I'll have the original link to this video in the description. Make sure to check out his channel. But yeah, this is going to be an interesting video because I know here in America, tickets all depends. It really all depends. It depends on the importance of a game. So if it's in playoffs, tickets are going to be a lot higher than to a regular season game. I've been to a bunch of sporting events, football, basketball, baseball, both on the collegiate and professional level. Races though, I only been to one race my whole life, and I don't even think it was a race. I think it was like a practice. I was younger. My grandfather took me at my local NASCAR race track. We were seeing all the professionals, but I don't think it was a race. It was like some practice or qualifying thing. But either way, I never thought about this. Every time I think about F1 races and the fans there, I always think of like rich fans, especially with the location that these races are held. Who knows though? Maybe I'll be prove wrong. Who knows? This is gonna be an interesting video though. Hope you guys enjoy. If you guys do, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to my channel, help me get to 7,000 subscribers. That'd be greatly appreciated. Hey, let's get into it.
More people than ever are wanting to get tickets and go and see a Formula 1 race in the flesh, rather than watching from the comfort of home with nobody but Paul di Resta for company. But it seems that it's becoming more and more expensive. We're going to be looking at the price for a 3-day general admission ticket to every race in the 2023 calendar, before adding in the average cost of food, accommodation and merchandise.
Food's expensive here in America.
This will give you a pretty accurate
in the sporting
idea
events.
of what a weekend at the track will cost you. We'll be using the
$5,
cheapest general
$6 for
price
a bottle of water.
3 days at each track, and we're not including travel in these calculations because it varies so much for each track for various reasons. And I didn't particularly want to spend my day doing currency conversions and figuring out fuel prices in every country just for that information to be completely outdated tomorrow. So I'm sorry. Bahrain, £121.35. Saudi Arabia, £100.
It's hard to convert to.
Australia,
I don't know how to convert that to US dollars.
Azerbaijan, £163.33.
Let me do this real
Miami,
quick.
£517.25. And now we can perhaps start to see why Formula 1 are keen to make the most of their increasingly large American following. That's one expensive general admission ticket, but at least you might get a lovely view.
So £1
marina
is $1.19. So it's close.
£214.23. Monaco,
Miami though, 500.
£174.90. You can technically do Monaco on a budget, but you may have to accept seeing very little of the race with your own eyes, and I hope you're not expecting to be staying in Monaco itself.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying when I think of rich people.
£122.37. Canada, £151.11. Austria, £87.49.
That's not bad at all.
Red Bull Ring probably works out as the cheapest on the calendar. It's not quite the lowest ticket price, but the combination of admission and camping accommodation is the most affordable. Britain, £279. The British Grand Prix at Silverstone finds itself in the top 5 most expensive races to attend. Yes, it has reasonably priced camping, but everything is seemingly becoming more and more pricey in the UK. Cheese prices
around the
are becoming
world
extortionate, so even I'm considering moving away. Thanks, Liz. Hungary, £70.83. The cheapest general admission ticket you can get in Formula 1. Camping prices are the highest on the calendar for a circuit that offers camping, but we can let that slide.
What do they mean by camping? Like
the admission fee itself.
Just staying overnight or something?
£183.80. The Dutch Grand Prix.
Because camping here in America, you think, alright, go camping in the woods.
It might be worth adding the
sort of like a vacation
T-shirt and an orange flare for this one. The Italian Grand Prix, £87.52. The ticket price for Monza is surprisingly low, although, as we saw last year, these tickets can be oversold and lead to a fairly poor fan experience. Accommodation is also the most expensive of the European races. Singapore, £322.08.
I mean, Singapore in general is just expensive.
£101.09. Qatar, £254.65. Qatar is back on the calendar after a year off, so we only have 2021 prices to go off at this point. It does fall on the higher end of the price spectrum, which you might expect. Circuit of the Americas, £384.16. If you're a Formula 1 fan on a budget in America and are able to get to Texas, then this is the race that makes most sense. Still bloody expensive, but the most affordable in the country, and probably worth it just to see whatever Daniel Ricciardo will get up to. Mexico, £367.91. Mexico always seems to showcase an incredibly joyful, colourful and passionate atmosphere, although you will pay a fairly high amount to be a part of it. Brazil, £185.98. By far the cheapest of the end of season races, Brazil also tends to provide an incredible racing spectacle for fans. Las Vegas.
I keep forgetting this is just general admission. 404. What is up with America?
Include Las Vegas when talking about general admission tickets or races on a budget. This ticket might not be quite the most expensive on the calendar, but if you'd like your accommodation to be within the same state for 3 nights, then quadruple the ticket price. Not for a fan on a budget, or just a fan in general if we're being honest. That's right, yeah, I'm being controversial. Abu Dhabi, £220 and 2 pence. The season ends with a fairly average ticket price for 3 days at Yas Marina, but accommodation isn't available cheaply. The value for money of this race could entirely depend on how the rest of the season has played out. If it's a title decider, then this could be a fantastic price. I've done all the maths for you, which did take longer than
Miami.
expected, and the average ticket price for the most affordable 3-day general
I'll guess
admission ticket
188.
£212.
212.
Add to this the average cost of accommodation, apart from Las Vegas as it clearly isn't an event for the standard F1 fan, you're looking at £140 on top. Then add the cost of food and drink for the 3-day event, that'll be around £150. And if you want some fresh, branded merch, you're looking at an extra £80 at least.
I don't get merch at
makes
games.
The grand total for the average price of attending a Formula 1 Grand Prix on a budget work out at around £580. Remember, that doesn't include travel costs. That's one bit of maths I'll let you do for yourself. But what about the costs pre-Drive to Survive, I hear you ask? Interestingly, apart from the USA where ticket costs have gone up by more than £200 since the show's launch, everywhere else has seen the tickets rise alongside the inflation rates for each country. Does this mean we're going to start losing more historic tracks from the calendar so Formula 1 can get more money from races in the States? Time will tell, but as a pessimist I will say
I doubt
yes. Probably. Are you attending any races this year? And do you think Formula 1 is pricing out the fans? Let us know in the comments.
That was certainly an interesting video. I knew they'd be pretty expensive, okay? I mean, for me, anything over $100 I just consider expensive. I'm just cheap. With sports stuff, I'm not so much cheap. I do love sports. I do love my sports. Going to see the Steeler games. Always love going to see Steeler games. They're usually always over $100. They're usually my most expensive tickets I'm spending. Basketball, sports that they're basically played like multiple times a week, like baseball and basketball, they're gonna be cheaper, obviously. Okay, like MLB has 162 games in a year. Obviously, not every single game is gonna be over $100 because there just simply won't be enough fans there. Nobody could afford that. There's times where I could go to a baseball game for $20 total. I went to an NFL game, Saints versus Panthers in the winter. It was like $20 total, but two bad teams. Either way, though, Formula 1. I guess I had the idea of just Formula 1 being like rich people when watching the Iron Man film when he fought on the racetrack. I mean, everyone's like all fancy and all that. Like that's how it really is. I know it's not, but still, that's like the stereotype I get when I think of Formula 1 fans when these races happen, especially like with the Kentucky Derby with horse racing. I get obviously two different sports, but like it's all fancy. Everybody dresses fancy, so I thought that's what it's like. But definitely an interesting video. Let me know what you guys think. Recommend more Formula 1 videos for me to react to. And once again, please subscribe to my channel. Help me get to 7,000 subscribers. I've been working hard for it, and we really appreciate it. I'm out, guys. Peace.